social media site is a way for Sabre employees to connect with each other. So Sabre Town was launched as a way for employees to network with each other and solve challenges and get to know each other on a deeper basis. Profile allows employees to put in pictures of themselves and answer 12 very specific questions about themselves that relate to the business and their life outside the business, that helps other employees find resources internally when they need them by searching on the answers that employees have given in their profiles. Also, there's a question and answer module where employees can ask questions of the entire community, and when a question is asked, it goes up to the community at large. Anybody in the community can answer the question, or anybody in the community can refer the question to somebody else. But in addition, the system itself will identify who the 15 people in the community are that are most likely to have an answer to the question, and proactively deliver an email to those 15 individuals telling them that there's a question that the system believes it can answer. About 60% of the questions that are asked are very work-centric. They're typically trying to find the right resources within the organization. In other words, where do I go to find information on how to put a video together, or trying to solve a challenge that hasn't been that someone's facing for the first time, and they're hoping that someone else has faced that challenge and solved it, and they can learn from their solution. About the other 40% of questions are split between fun questions, talking about, did you see the Super Bowl last week? What did you think? Or last week's Lost episode, or questions that are of a more work-life balance nature, such as I'm trying to find a dentist in the South Lake area that is open till 7 o'clock. Does anybody have any recommendation? It's structured in pure questions and answers, so one question and a series of answers, and there aren't embedded threads and embedded discussions that are off topic in the middle of the question. It's a question and a series of answers. The community can rate answers as being helpful or unhelpful. The person who asks the question can nominate the best answer as best answer. It's got the relevance engine behind it, and that's the ability to send a question, have the system determine who the 15 people who are most likely to have an answer to the question are, and send it directly into their email inbox. When questions are asked on the community, 60% of the time, the question gets answered within 1 hour. 90% of the time, the question gets answered within 24 hours, and we have an average of 9 answers per question that's asked. So you don't just get an answer from one person, but you get an answer from 9 people who very often are from 9 different parts of the company with 9 different backgrounds, and so you get a real diverse response that makes for a better solution. We do save real dollars in terms of elimination of duplication of work, or using resources that are inside the community or inside the employee base that we don't need to go outside the company and hire, because we found a person internally that can do it. A great example of how the benefits come together is in a story from Sabre Town. One of our sales teams was looking for a translator to translate Italian for a company that was coming in from Italy for a sales presentation. They wanted the communication to go smoothly, so they wanted an Italian translator there to be able to translate the message. They were going to hire a translation service from outside the company, which was going to cost a couple of $1,000s to have them come in and meet, learn about what they were going to be talking about, actually participate in the conversations, and then debrief the conversations afterwards. At the last minute, this group decided that they were going to put up the question on Sabre Town: does anybody speak Italian well enough to be able to translate for a sales call? Within 1 hour, they found an employee named Fabio who actually worked on the same floor in the same building as a sales team. So we saved the money, the couple of $1,000s that we would have spent on an outside translation service. But beyond that, the benefits were, number one, they won the deal, and the sales team will tell you directly that Fabio absolutely played a role in winning the deal. Now, it wasn't the only reason, obviously. The sales team worked hard to win the deal in a lot of other ways, but they say that Fabio was a big part of it. But also the engaged employee, Fabio. So what we recommend to organizations doing enterprise social networking going forward is that the organization put a small number of people on the platform first, and they're people who know exactly what the mission of the social network is and what the tone of the social network should be and how it should work within the organization. So they ask questions of each other and form groups and put content into the system that will be modeled when the rest of the community comes in. Also, motivation is absolutely a key. The Sabre Town system has karma points built into it, so as you do good for the community, you earn more karma points, and as your karma score grows, you unlock features within the community, such as the ability to post more pictures or belong to more groups. Also, in terms of leadership, the more senior leaders you can get to participate in some way in the community, the more that it unlocks the permission to use the system amongst other employees. So if you can gain not only executive support verbally, but also executive support actually on the platform, it will do amazing things for usage of the system.